Hello there, my name is Tracy Rista and I'm a freelance HR consultant. So how did I get into the world of HR? Well, certainly not through any conventional route. I had no career aspirations or vocation in life to even want to join HR. In fact, I don't think I'd even ever heard of it when I was at school. And if I go back to when I was 16 and about to think about where I was going, I had no idea. And it can, some people don't have an idea at that age, and it can take a while for you really to figure out what you want to do and spend your life doing. What I did know was that university wasn't an option that was available to me, so I did just what I thought was the best and right for me at the time, and that was to go out and find a job and start to earn some money. So that was really the start of my career. I joined a very large, well-known department store in my hometown, and I have to say I really learned a lot working there. I was there for several years, and it really gave me a good grounding into the world of work. When you leave school, it's a very different environment when you first get into the world of work. It's that discipline that you have to really apply about getting up in the morning, showing up and being on time, and learning what you can, learning to actually get on and work with grown-ups. It's, you're used to working with your school friends and having a bit of a muck about and a laugh, and you can, and still in a workplace, but you're dealing with adults now and grown-ups who are doing the same job that you are doing. So you've got to learn to work as a team and understand that social aspect in the world of work, and more importantly for me was how to get on with customers. But having learnt all that, it actually started off a really good CV, which then opened up another door for me into the next stage in my career, and that was to go and work with a very large blue chip company that I had so long to want to work for, and they were in the telecoms industry, and they have absolutely fab career paths. And as I say, that's how I got in, and I'd got some experience that I brought with me, a really good CV, and so I started from the bottom again. And when I say start from the bottom, it was really honing my skill set, really, all that filing, admin, typing, answering switchboards and things like that. But absolutely, sometimes you have to go in and roll your sleeves up and do nitty-gritty things, but it's all that. As I say, it's part of that grounding in any role that you're in. I mean, I found that it really got me to know all aspects of the business from the bottom upwards, which I was quite pleased with, and how that business operates in different departments. And then from there, I think I started to move up the career ladder with various management roles until I reached the dizzy heights of a site director, where I ran contact centres in the East Midlands, and I had about let's say about 1,000 people that used to work into me, and as a consequence of that, I was also on the talent pool, and I got the services of an executive coach. And I'd actually explained that I kind of wanted to do something else now. I wanted to diversify my skill set and my role, and she'd suggested HR. Who knew? She said that some of the skills that I had would be transferable into that role, and that is how I found myself in HR. And I'm pleased to say it was an absolutely brilliant career move for me. Basically, I also took my CIPD while I was working on the job in the HR, because it was a prerequisite to actually get in there. So I did take a step down actually to make sure that I got into HR, so I did my CIPD, which is a recognised standard for a HR role today, and normally you do it over 3 years. I managed to do mine in 18 months because I was fast tracked, and you get fast tracked when you've been in a senior role in the past, so that was good news for me. What I will say is it was a fab time. It was probably one of the best jobs I've had in a number of years, and for a variety of reasons. Is that doing a job you love, you're really not doing a job at all, and but it was great. I learned so much in that HR role that it finally allowed me to leave and go freelance and work for myself. So I kind of swoop in on business nowadays and different businesses, do a specific HR task that they want doing, and come back out again, and it suits me fine working for myself that way. let's say if you were to job shadow with me, I don't think a month would be long enough because of all the various things that I have to do in the HR function. Because HR, if you know anything about HR at all, it acts as a conscience to the business, and it really is at the heart of everything that businesses do with people. And when I say you act as the conscience, I mean that you work hand in glove with management. So when they want to come up with some newfangled way of working, or they want to do something, we keep them straight and on the straight and narrow around employment law, for example. But as a career, it's multifaceted. I mean, I took the generalist route because I enjoy the variety of that. I like doing lots of different things, but you might want to specialise in a certain area. I know for a while I specialised in employee relations, which I needed to get under my belt. I also did strategic HR business partnering, which again, you work hand in glove with management, but it's a lot more planning, and as the word states, it's very much more strategic, and you're in charge of a people plan there. But you know, it covers also things like reward and recognition, learning and development, and org design. I mean, as I say, it's multifaceted, that you don't just have to specialise in one area. You could do, you could move around a HR function and do many different things in your career. But I strongly recommend it if you're really, interested in working with people and want a role that's got so much variety. Then HR is for you. Let me say, if I was to give you some advice, a single piece of advice, well, it's not really single actually. Yeah, single piece of advice would be to show up as yourself. I mean, you were interviewed. If you get a job, you've got to show up as yourself. That's the person they're going to expect to see, but always be true to yourself. It's always stood me in good stead. But I think it's about applying yourself in the role. Take feedback and the advice that's afforded to you. Learn to job shadow with people. Be prompt. Watch what people do. Learn and be the sponge that I was for all the information. Find out who the high flyers are, those really good talented people. Ask if you can work alongside them, job shadow with those. As I say, it's every opportunity that you can get to really enhance your skill set and be excited about your role, and above all else, really enjoy it. So that single piece of advice turned out to be quite a lot of advice, but it's still about showing up as your true self. And as I say, really go on, get out there and enjoy it, because there is a world of work out there. You just got to find what's right for you. And I did. So thank you for your time.